tick tock, time na money. Ori, me, check a sheko yori. Lick it, come and take me away to the place of my desire. I don't wanna be there. Tori,
Yes, people. Welcome back to Lasgidi Effect. I'm sure everybody watching this show has missed us because I think we haven't done the show in like 2 weeks now.
2 weeks, yeah.
It's been an interesting time. In those 2 weeks, there have been so many things that have happened. And we can't wait to like catch up on everything. Anyways, what's up, Mercy Boy? How's it going?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Just been busy doing, we're doing our house up, so I will just keep myself busy. So that's
Yeah. And I know like Christmas is coming and everything.
that's
You
right.
know,
Yeah,
how are you preparing for that?
yeah. Well, just can't wait for it to come anyway, because it's gonna come quick and it's gonna be gone quick as well. So
Exactly. Like these days, everything just breezes by. Before you know,
yeah, no. Yeah,
before you know, it's all gone.
I think someone is sending Akuma is send the link of them.
Oh, okay. Akuma. Oh, okay. The link is in the WhatsApp, but maybe
In
I'll
the
drop it in the chat
WhatsApp
as well,
chat.
so you
Yeah,
can
yes.
join. You can join the show. Um,
Mm.
but yeah. I mean, yeah, it's been an interesting time. Big ups, you can already see Osman Ali is here.
Mm-hmm.
So and I think he's already jumping right into it, but we'll
Right
talk
into
about
it.
it.
That's right.
Slayer 100% missed it. We missed it to Slayer. It's been interesting. Akuma, please check the WhatsApp link chat to join the link. It'll be good to have you on the show as well. But everybody, in case you're just joining us for the first time, this is Lasgidi Effect. And we're just a bunch of Niger boys. We come here to talk about soccer, talk about Arsenal, and we infuse it with a bit of the Nigerian flavor. The Oracle is in the building.
Building.
Yes, brother.
Akuma!
Yes, brother. Yes, brother.
How's it going, big man?
It is not good though. It is not good. You
Oracle,
see,
we
I think I was counting my chickens too early now.
Mhm.
They don't Arsenal don't
you need
disappoint
to
me
you
now.
need to intervene in this matter. I was just checking. The last show we did was before that
Yeah.
Liverpool game.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Yes.
Liverpool since that time.
I know.
Since
It's
that
so funny
time.
though. It's so funny because I tried to give him grace. I thought, okay, Liverpool game's a free hit. If we get battered, I don't really care. It's mostly the a weak Man United side and a weak Everton side. But you can't beat them. There's questions to be asked. I've always been consistent. I've always said this season I'm going to be tough on Arteta. If we don't perform, I'll be doing Mossy Boy 2.0. And
You know.
this time, I got to be very, very harsh.
So
Yeah.
that Liverpool game, we not go even to talk about that Liverpool game because, like you
Yes.
said, it was even though we were saying, I think I remember at the time we had said if we play well, Liverpool
Yeah.
concede goals, we can try for clinical. But
Yes.
at the end of the day,
Yes.
I don't think we expected to beat Liverpool at Anfield.
Yes,
Nobody does.
exactly. And the consensus was after the game. That was most Arsenal fans had accepted. There wasn't. I think there was a joke at Tetara, but it was more to troll than
Listen,
anything else.
can I come? I'm sorry for
Yeah,
my
Mossy
voice.
boy, of course.
I'm sorry for my voice is a little bit too is a little
Oh
bit
man, you
bad.
must be in
Yeah.
mourning, brother.
Man
Okay.
is man is broken.
You you know no, it's not us now anyway. So,
Okay.
but you mentioned something that why
Yes.
we don't expect to beat Liverpool at Anfield. The team that are lower than us, the team that's not big as Arsenal, they go to Anfield and beat Liverpool. Why can't we
Y-
go there and
Yeah,
beat them?
but you've got to. Yeah,
What?
but
Why?
you've got to do it based on probability, not possibility, but probability. That's what you got to do it.
Yeah, but
If you're
no.
if you're like
If
for
Crystal
example.
Palace can go there and beat them,
Yeah, but like I said, that's more of a possibility than a probability. If you're a betting man and you're betting stocks, you would not be betting Crystal Palace to beat um what do you call it, Liverpool at Anfield.
well,
Or
but
it's
me,
not going to
I
happen.
I believe,
That's belief,
because
but
let me tell you one thing, yeah. Me, the way I think about things, people might probably be thinking different. I don't believe in all this home and away stuff.
Oh, you see, this is where you're becoming delusion. There's scientists.
No,
There's been a
listen. Let
scientific
me. I
study to
understand
show
that
you
if
why
you're
home teams win more
because you're
games than
playing at
away.
home, you have more fans to come in. But
Yes, and scientifically,
listen,
there's yeah.
let me tell you this.
Uh,
Back in the days, that is home and away thing works. But these days, Man City goes to people's home and teach them lesson.
yeah, that's
Liverpool goes
true.
to people's home and teach them lesson.
Yeah, but you're
Chelsea
going
goes
to
to people's home and teach them lesson.
you're going to the home of
Come
the
on,
best sides in the Premier League's home.
come on,
Ain't gonna
come on.
happen.
I mean, Master Boy, I get your points, right?
No,
I don't even think Omo away because I think that if it was at the Emirates, I don't think that the results would have been significantly different based on the way we played. You
mhm.
know, so but the point is like against Liverpool, it's forgivable for us to lose, right?
Yes.
Maybe not the way we did, but at least
Yeah.
is we lost. It's fine. They're much
Yeah,
better
but
side
I'm
than we
not
are.
angry that we lost to Liverpool. I
Right.
know
And then
Liverpool
we
is
did
on
Newcastle exactly.
Liverpool is on another level.
We played
We went
Newcastle,
to
had a good
Newcastle.
result,
We had a
Mm,
good result.
and then it
But
was United,
we go to
and
mm.
United. You see that
that
Manchester
terrible game on
United, that
Monday.
Manchester United squad. Yeah, they were there for the taking.
No, I agree with you totally, totally,
They are
absolutely, totally.
poor. We make
And what
them
was
look
even
good.
no, what was even funny though, if you give that first, if you watch that first 25 minutes, Arsenal
Yeah,
played well. Let's face it. The first like
that's
five
when we
minutes we
should
had
have finished them off
no, we
completely.
had about 8 corners, didn't we? Was it 4 corners in a row that we had?
And we
So we
scored a
started off
goal,
well, but
actually.
I think
Like
what's
we did
happened, and I
score.
think it's something that Moxie boy, I think you've mentioned in the past. I think when we scored, we just froze. We were thinking, "Oh my goodness, we've scored. What do we do?" So it's a bit like you go to a club, a girl looks at you, you're thinking, "What do I do now?" That's what happened to us.
Yeah, I mean, let's get into the conversation properly now.
Yeah.
First of all, let me take a few comments. Osman Ali is saying the problem with the club is big figures hiding, i.e. Aubameyang, Laka, Tade. This man is
Tade is part of the problem
Tade,
at Arsenal, right?
Ate, and Pepe forces us to depend on youngsters like Saka, ESR, Bemiga,
That's a good one. That's a good
Martinelli, and Tierney. Accountability, people. He's also saying, he's also asking an interesting question. He says, why do Nigerians abbreviate it Niger when there is a neighboring country already named Niger? Actually, so I
one.
think this is a brief lesson, right? So when we
Yeah,
say Niger, this is not how we spell it. I think
yeah,
maybe we'll put the spelling of our own Niger in the chat. But this
yeah,
country beside Nigeria is called Niger. It's not called Niger. It's called
yeah,
Niger. But like for when we say Niger in Nigeria
yeah,
is something else entirely. I just put it in the chat. That's
yeah.
how we pronounce Niger, and that's just a
Mm,
bit of a Nigerian history lesson for you, so you can relate with our fellow
Mm.
Nigeria brothers. And Nigeria is just a short.
oh,
It's an informal way to say Nigeria. Now we just
yes,
the
so
vibe. Big ups to you, Jill. Big ups to you, Jill. We're glad that you're watching the show. Um, uh Starling. I'm not sure I've seen Starling on this show before. He said Newcastle first half was a snooze fest. Was a snooze
Mhm.
fest. I think funny enough, Osman Ali as well. It says big ups Eddie Guerrero. But I was gonna say something about the United game because I think that's the first game we're
mm,
talking about. We've
mm,
we've had up until Everton, because I don't know what
mm,
happened against Everton. Somebody needs to tell
mm,
me. But up
mm,
until Everton, we've always said it that Arsenal we play well in the first 15 minutes at least.
mm,
Some
mm,
games is more like 20, 30 minutes, but at least the first 15 minutes we tend to have a good game. And we had that against United. We even scored, right? But like you said, Akuma, and I think this was also one of the things that was very popular in the media is why is it that when we score one goal, we just stop? You know,
mm,
you just stop. Like you
mm,
sit on that one goal. And the problem, and I've always said it, is that when we play against teams that are clinical, teams that know how to
mm,
score,
mm.
they will finish you. You don't want
Yeah,
to give Man United have the likes of C. Ronaldo, Sancho,
yeah,
Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, all of these people attacking you. And if
mm,
you give them the ball, they will do something with it. They're
mm,
quality players. And so it's like when we play Liverpool. That's why Liverpool will score 4 goals against you. Because there's
mm,
Salah, Mane, Jota, all these people running at you. it's difficult for you not to concede against those kind of teams because they have brilliant players that can change games, even against better opposition, right? So Liverpool played Atletico Madrid and beat them home and away. You know, like they're that good. So who do you think you are as Arsenal with your young squad that you think Liverpool won't beat you? But you need to be able to score
yeah,
as well.
yeah, I think also I'll give you maybe a reason. I'm not saying it is the reason, but I can give you maybe a point to reason why it happens. I think because Arsenal have had a few good clean sheets in the past couple of games, they felt that if they score one, their defense will bail them out, and I think that's probably gone to their thinking.
It's possible. It's possible. I remember a few weeks ago when I think it was Ben White who said that the priority for the team is clean sheets, you know. And obviously maybe that was not the whole priority of the team, but it means that clean sheet what that told me was that clean sheets were very important to them. They discussed it in training, like guys, let's try to keep a clean
Yeah,
sheet, you know.
yeah,
And they had been doing that for a little
yeah,
while. But as
yes,
important as clean sheets are, goals are the one goals win you games. I imagine that if we had
exactly.
continued playing against United and we got a second goal, the chances I would have lost would have been slimmer because once you go
Yeah,
to two goals up, the team you are playing against, you weaken them significantly,
yeah.
right? You make them
Psychologically, they're gone.
desperate. Do you
Yeah,
understand? You
exactly.
make
Yeah,
them
yeah.
desperate. So you have to keep going. And then we saw this against Everton as well. Everton was even funny to me because I don't think we played well at all in that Everton game. We were bailed out by VAR twice. Richarlison had tried to kill us twice. And he has scored, and we were bailed out by VAR. And then we got our own goal. Odegaard scored the goal. And you could see that even as at the 70th minute, we were already ready to sit on that 1-0. We were already wasting time. That Odegaard was getting a yellow card for time wasting in the 70th minute. And you're like, what are you people doing? You
Against a
should be
poor Everton
trying to
side,
score again
especially a
against a
poor
team
Everton side.
that exactly they've not won since September.
I
You
know.
should be trying to score a second goal so that you
Yeah.
can be comfortable.
Yes.
But we didn't. And I mean, we all saw how that ended. And honestly, I guess the bigger question that I
Okay,
wanted to ask, Amosi
go on,
boy,
ask the
you can
question.
go first, is looking
Uh,
at we've played 15 games this season.
mm,
It's been an interesting season. We've played 15 games. We're currently in 7th place. We've won 7 games, we've lost 6, and we've drawn 2. We're 23 points. We're in 7th place. In your opinion, have we made progress? And
no,
Mercy Boy, you can go first.
we play 15 game or 16 game, and we've lost 5. We haven't made any progress.
No, we've played 15 and we've lost 6.
6. Then we haven't. Tell me what progress is in that one.
I mean, we're 7th. We were 20th
We-
after game week 3.
No, we haven't made progress. That is we haven't made progress. Seriously, I've said this and I'm gonna say it again. And if I keep continuing to repeat myself, I will carry on repeating myself. This manager is not good enough to manage my club. Even though if he get us into finishing the top 4 or top 5, I still want him gone because he doesn't know. Listen, they said this guy came from Manchester City. I want you guys to hear me out. They said Pep Guardiola that recommend him. Pep Guardiola said is part of their own success, right? Then why is he that when asked, look at Man City, when Man City score one goal, they go for the second, they go for the third to kill teams off, right? And they said this guy came from Man City. That is what is. They said their manager at Man City said, "Oh, if we sack Atata, we're going to regret or whatever." And he was recommended and all those sort of things, right? Why is it that if the team that he is managing, if it's what Pep Guardiola is saying is true, why is it that he's managing my own team? We score goal or we score first. We can't go out there. We just want to sit on that one goal. Why can't we go out there and go and get the second and get the third and game over? You understand what I mean? But that is not happening. This is the reason why I said to you that every time we are 1-0 up, we go into the changing room. I believe as Mikel Arteta is telling those players that make sure we're not conceding. Then The team will now go back out there. They want to sit down on that 1-0. What he should be telling them that take a risk. Don't be scared of conceding. Go out there and go and get the second goal. Go and get the third goal. Finish them off. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah, yeah.
I don't know why we want to be
Yeah.
seeing one goal in a game is
It's really
very
tricky.
risky than nil
It's
nil.
really
Yeah.
risky to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Especially if you score earlier on. I agree. Up to a certain
exactly. Like
point.
there's
Like
a lot of
especially
time in the game.
at least in the first maybe 60 minutes, 75 minutes, yes, go for the second. After that, then obviously you got to be clever, and obviously it has to be game management.
He has
I
to
don't
be
want it to
game.
be yeah, exactly. If it's the 80th minute and obviously you're winning,
Mhm.
obviously it has to be game managing that. But I agree with you, right? You should be going for the second
I
goal
would
on.
say if the board, if Arsenal board really have ambition, as Arteta should have been gone by now. They should have sacked him long time ago. I don't want him
Okay,
to be there because
okay.
let me add to this. It doesn't matter how the way team play on the pitch. That is the because if you look at the way Tierney is playing, that is the way the manager is asking him to play, and he's the one that is threatening going when it goes forward. He
Oh,
put the
Birmingham.
cross. He
What
put
happened
the
to
cross in,
yeah, what's happened to
but
Birmingham? What's happened? Okay, there you go. We lost you there. I thought we lost you there.
yeah,
Okay, no, I think maybe it was you, Akuma. But yeah, I mean,
yeah,
right on time, Akuma. I must say,
Mm,
boy, honestly, I hear everything you said.
mm,
And you do make a lot of valid points. You've spoken a bit about the way we play. You just touched on relying on TNE in attack and all of that. But I wanted to ask, let give Akuma a chance to answer the same question. In your own
mm.
honest opinion, Akuma, have
Yeah.
we made any progress at all this season?
You see, on the base of when you take an aggregate score of things, I would say no, and I'll tell you why. Last season, you could argue. Oh, what's happened?
No, no, it's just
yeah,
me who
carry on.
is
Yeah.
changing the screen.
Okay. Last season, you could argue that the reason why we struggled in the league because we were fighting on two fronts in Europe and in the Premier League. Obviously, playing in the Europa League, we were playing on Thursday and Sunday. So obviously, we were always chasing up our opponents that were playing on Saturday. This season, we have no extraction whatsoever. That means we should be literally up there with West Ham. In fact, we should be ahead of West Ham because
Mhm,
we've got more rest. We haven't got the distraction of European football,
mhm.
and we should be able to, and on paper, we should have a better squad. So I
Yeah.
agree with Musky Boy that we haven't made progress, even though we're in a better league position. But if you
Mhm.
look at the overall context, we haven't got Europe. So we haven't got the excuse to say, oh, we have Thursday night football. So
Oh, we just came
Thursday
back
night.
from travel and all. No,
And
Exactly.
all of that.
No
yeah.
excuse this time. And that's why
Yeah.
you can't use the comparison of this season in the league and last
To,
With
season in the
to
league
last
for a
season.
fair one.
add to what you said, Akuma,
Yeah.
at least, if Arsenal play a game, at least they don't have a rest at all. They will have a
Yes.
5-day rest to play the
Yeah.
next game,
I
and
mean,
we are
that's not
sitting in
happening this
seventh.
December, Sha, because I think this December is quite jam
Yeah,
packed.
but
But I mean, for the longest part of the season,
that is a
you're
festive
right.
period. It
You're
happens
right.
like that to every team. That
Mm.
festive period, there's no Champions League, there's no FA Cup, there's no Carabao Cup. It's only league game. So within
Yeah.
that festive period,
You
Yeah.
don't
so
have the time.
that is bound to happen.
Yeah.
When January comes, at least teams, Arsenal, they're not in Europe. Like
Mm.
what Akuma said, we should be up there
Yeah. I
with
agree.
West Ham, and West Ham is
Mm.
playing in Europe, and they're still doing
Exactly.
better than us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's say Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, they are in Champions League. You know, but they got better squad. They got bigger squad than us. Let's say okay, maybe probably that's why they are doing better than us, and they got better managers, right? But no other team in this Premier League should be doing better than Arsenal with the number of days they are resting.
Mm.
Come on,
True.
man.
But let's talk, and this brings me to something else that I wanted us to talk about as well. But let me take a few comments. Starling says 25% progress. That's his assessment of what we've done. Your exclusive big ups to you. He says Jose packed the bus tactics. I'm guessing he's referring to the pragmatic approach that we sometimes take. But yeah, talking about like rest and not playing in Europe. Why is it that we still, if you look at our players, we still have a lot of players who can last 90 minutes essentially, regardless of the amount of rest that we're supposedly getting. right? Um, we've seen games where Lacazette starts and by like 60 minutes is tired, right? We've seen Bukayo Saka appear to be a bit lethargic in games. We've seen like Smith Rowe, but I wonder why that's a thing. Sometimes Thomas Partey as well. You can see him at
Mm.
some points. It's just not on job anymore.
Mm.
With all the rest that we're getting, what is
Mm.
wrong with those fitness levels? Why don't we seem to be
Yeah, I
a
mean,
very fit team still?
yeah, I think I could understand Saka because Saka has played a lot of football for a young age as well. So him burning out a bit doesn't surprise me, and stuff like that. But I agree with you. It is a mystery with Partey, with Lacazette as well, not playing twice in a week. It's hard. It's very hard because logically, the team I expected to struggle this season was West Ham because they were playing. I didn't think they could handle European football and the league, but they seem to have a fine balance with it, and also seem to be the ones struggling. So
Mm.
sometimes I agree. Sometimes logic doesn't make sense anymore when you try to use
You,
logic
you know, you know,
to
you know
dissect
what
these
make you
things.
know what
It just
makes me happy right now. You can see, you know what makes me happy. I went on Twitter after that Everton game. I went on Twitter. I went on Instagram, and maybe probably some fans on Facebook as well. It looks like now all the other fans that they're saying Atata in, then they're trying to kind of understand the reason why we're saying
yeah.
Atata out. Now they kind of trying to see the picture. Now it looks like everybody is trying to come together now to say this manager needs to go, because for Tottenham to sack Nuno that they employ in the summer, because if look, you see, Nuno came to Tottenham in the summer. By October, you say October he's gone because he's not doing well. You understand what I mean? The same thing. All the look at what's it called? Watford. They have, if a team
Change
like
it. In
Watford
fact,
can,
I saw like an
man,
interesting stat. All the teams we've beaten, or pretty much all the teams we've beaten this season, have either sacked their manager before we played them or after we played them. So it was really funny stats
No, no.
because
Leicester,
Norwich,
Leicester,
apart from
Leicester.
Leicester and Burnley, rather,
Yeah.
Norwich have sacked their manager, Spurs have sacked their manager,
mm,
um, Villa have sacked their manager. We beat Villa
mm,
as well. Watford have
Yeah.
sacked their manager. We beat Watford. Newcastle have changed their manager. We beat Newcastle. Like pretty much all the teams we've beaten, apart
Mm.
from Leicester and Burnley, have actually sacked their manager before or after we played them. So it's like the way to get your manager sacked now is to lose to us now. But that's just on a lighter note.
mm,
Um, Starling says something interesting. He says something fishy going on at London Colney. But like Akuma said, it's not logical because
Mm.
if we go by logic, we should be the team with the best fitness. I mean, with the
Yeah.
better
Fitness.
fitness among some of the pairs, but
Yeah.
that's not what seems to be the case. So it defies logic.
Do you know what is going on at London Colney?
What's going on?
The manager management is not there at
It's
all.
not there. But
He
let's talk
doesn't
a bit
know how to
about
do
and
that.
before we even, because I know the manager is a very polarizing topic, right? And we can talk
Yeah.
about the manager and have arguments about his
Mm,
ability all day. But let's talk about the players, right?
Yeah.
I've been trying to have a more balanced mindset regarding who to put the blame on, right? In terms of
Mm.
like our performances. I'm going to talk about the players a little bit. One of the players that's gotten a lot of criticism in recent times is Aubameyang. Um,
Mm.
Justifiably so as well, because I
Yep.
think that on many occasions he has failed to score when the chance has been presented to him. And that's not the Aubameyang that we're used to. We're used to an Aubameyang who bangs in goals, right? There's also people like Saka that have just not been delivering what they used to deliver. Granted that he's a
Mm.
young player, but he's an experienced player. Um,
Yeah.
Odegaard is somebody that we look to bring into the team to contribute more to our attacking and our creativity up front. We don't really see that. I mean, granted, he has scored a few goals. He scored against Everton the other day. I think he scored a goal against the second goal against
Man,
United as well.
and he scored
But
against
I don't
Burnley.
exactly, but I don't really see that creative spark when
Yep.
he's on the
Yep.
pitch. And I say this
Yeah.
because I remember when we got Odegaard, one of the things in our head was we don't have Ozil anymore, and we miss the creative spark that Ozil has. and we're trying to replace that with Odegaard. But I don't think that he has lived up to that prime Ozil billing, if you
Yeah.
ask me.
When
Right?
when Ozil was Odegaard's age, do you know what that guy is doing? He should be
It
doing
was a
better.
much better player.
He should be. That's exactly why would you, if you bring a player in to come and replace Ozil? This is the thing.
Mm.
Arsenal always do this. We want
Yeah,
to
but then
bring we
again,
want to bring a player in to come and replace Kazola. We can't get a player to we probably going out to go and bring El Neni or whoever person we brought in to come and replace Kazola. We want to go and bring someone in to go and replace. Why do you want
That's
yeah,
to go
fine.
and bring
yeah, but
Ozil? Yeah, Ozil. People are saying that Odegaard, oh, he can see what Ozil can see as well. Hell no,
I don't think so.
no, wait.
no,
But
but let me give
Ozil is on a
let me give a
different level.
defense for Odegaard. I'm gonna give
uh,
a defense for
okay.
Odegaard. I believe like if some players peak late in their career. Remember, Odegaard, how old is he? 22? 22,
22, yeah.
23. Okay.
Odegaard is 22, yeah.
Okay, Kevin De Bruyne, when he was 22, 23, where was he? Struggling at Chelsea. And
Okay.
Yeah, no,
obviously,
no, 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 no,
yeah.
no, 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 no.
Yeah,
I will
no,
answer.
no,
I'm
no,
going to
I'm
answer
not.
that
No,
question.
no, no. Let me finish.
No, no,
Let
no.
me
Let
finish.
me
No,
quickly
no,
answer
no,
that
no, 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 no,
question.
no, 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 Muslim. Let me
Okay,
No,
finish.
all
let him
right,
finish.
go on.
Let him
Go
finish.
on.
All I'm just saying is that
Yeah,
some players do peak a lot later
yeah,
in their thing. So
mm,
I still have hope for Odegaard. You see,
yeah,
because you have to buy a. The thing about it, and I can see the logic why we bought Odegaard is that let's say we buy Odegaard and is it Kevin De Bruyne. He's looking at 100, we're looking at 100, 200 million to buy him. The thinking by Arsenal is we buy him now, and in a couple of years' time, he will become that Kevin De Bruyne player that we're looking for. So I still have hope for Odegaard. He just hasn't really done that spark that he used to, and maybe he's carrying an injury because
mm.
remember when he came, in January of this year, it wasn't until he got injured for Norway that's when his form just dipped. Prior to that, this guy was on fire. So maybe he's
Okay,
carrying
okay.
something. Yeah.
No, now let me now answer the question of Kevin De
Mm.
Bruyne that you mentioned. Okay, because I've got in my house, I got Man City fan and I got Chelsea fan and myself Arsenal fan. I watch Chelsea game as well. At the same time, I watch Manchester City game as well. Okay, when Kevin De Bruyne was at Chelsea, that was when the like of Didier Drogba set was there. Kevin De Bruyne cannot bench anybody in his position then. That was when Lukaku was there as well. Lukaku cannot get into the team. This is the reason why they are under Jose Mourinho, right? Those two guys cannot get into the team. That's why they have to go out. Jose Mourinho has to say, okay, you guys are still young. Go out, go and establish yourself. Then when you make name for yourself, and maybe probably another club will grab you. So, but then they got when Drogba was there. They got Lampard was playing at Kevin De Bruyne. They got David. Then De Bruyne cannot bench Lampard. Nobody is going to put Lampard on the bench for Kevin De Bruyne. Then it was young, right? But come on, man.
Okay. I
It's
Is
a
mean,
point.
is
Mercy boy,
It's a
and let me say, I mean, I get your point, Mercy boy, but I think Akuma's larger point is that some players peak later in life than others, right?
But at that time, when
And maybe
Kevin De
that's what's
Bruyne
going
went
on
to
with Odegaard.
Wolfsburg, look at what he's doing there. When he went to Wolfsburg, he's their talisman at Wolfsburg before Manchester City grab him. So it's not like it's not good, but the people playing his position are better
We're better
players,
than him. Okay,
better
but
than him.
yeah, Akuma,
So,
do you want to make a comment before I
No, I just yeah. I
finish my
mean,
question?
Mustapha does make some good points, but obviously you look at Salah as well because you have to remember Salah was at Chelsea at the same time.
yeah, because
At
he
that time
So
cannot
as
bench
well,
yeah,
he
people
went
yeah,
playing in
to
front of
Roma,
him
I think.
then.
yeah. He
Yeah.
went to
So he
Roma
was
and
there
stuff
as
like that.
well.
So players can pick either. My fear is that, for example, what's the biggest regret Arsenal fans have had over the years? The player
Serge
that we let go.
Gnabry.
Yeah,
Gnabry.
So we
exactly. How
let
many
players
times
go,
did we
we
say,
don't
why
replace
did we
them.
let this guy go? And look at him now, one of the best wingers in Europe.
Oh
You
yeah,
know.
valid. But yeah, I guess my bigger question is how much of the blame needs to go to the players, right? I mean,
Let me
I've
tell you.
mentioned Oba,
Let me answer
Laka,
that question quickly.
Yeah.
Odegaard, Thomas Partey.
Mm,
Some of these players, some people have played really well, and you have
mm,
to admit that, right? But some people haven't really lived up to the billion. how much of that blame goes to the players? Must worry.
My answer is a very very simple question. You see these players that we've got, yes, all these players, they are very 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 good player. The problem that is going on to the players, first of all, they are overcoached, okay, and the manager, all this positional play, this player can't do it. Give them the freedom, let them go and express themselves. That is what the manager needs to do. At this point, the problem is not the player, the problem is the manager, because the player cannot, all these players that we've got, that's the reason why Aubameyang is not scoring, because of the style of play we're playing. The guy that is finishing top scorer
Let
for
me
us
say
in the
something
past
about
2 seasons.
Aubameyang though, and you can finish your point in a moment.
Yeah,
But while I do agree with you that our style of play doesn't generate enough chances for Aubameyang,
you know.
but Aubameyang has made some ridiculous chances as well.
Listen.
Yes, he
We're
has.
we're no no no. We're human, right? You see all these players. Don't think every single chance that falls to a striker, he has to score it. Sometimes the strikers, they say half chance. Aubameyang has seen a half chance before and he buries it. Okay, but the style of play since Atata took, you know, have a full ones. Look at last season. Aubameyang is struggling to score 15 goals in a season. He's
Yeah, that's
struggling.
sad.
Then tell me whose fault is that? This is a striker that knows where the goal net is. And this season, he only scored 4 goals so far.
So if I get your
Is
point, if I
come
get your
on.
point, Mossy boy, you're saying that the real problem is the
It's not the
manager
players.
and they've
It's not the players.
overcoached the players
Is
and it's not allowing
they're
the players expressing
overcoached,
themselves.
and the manager doesn't give them their will their will to go and express themselves.
Express
This is
themselves.
what I said to you. I will give you an example here.
Okay.
This is the reason why Arsene Wenger it will always be a top manager. Arsene Wenger is got his midfield, a quality player in the midfield. Arsene Wenger doesn't scared of conceding goals. Matasaka, Koscielny, is it Bellerin on the right, and who is playing on the left? What's the name
Monreal,
of
Nacho
Monreal,
Monreal.
Monreal?
Monreal. Yeah.
Those 4 guys are not the best defense in the league. However, they've got a lot of technical player in front of them, which they will create so many chances for the striker to put them on the back of the net. What the Arsene Wenger philosophy, right, is you go and overscore your opponent. It doesn't scared of conceding goals. If you come back with a clean sheet, that's a bonus. But just go out, express yourself. As
Score more
Atata
goals.
get there now, all this expressing
I mean,
yourself
yeah,
is
yeah,
not
and
there
I,
at
and I
all.
think we'll touch a little bit more on Ateta, but I wanted to give Akuma a chance to also speak to the question a little bit.
Mhm.
How much
Mm.
of the blame in what has happened to us this season? How much of the blame goes to the players, in your opinion?
Yeah, yeah, it's a good question. There's another, obviously, and I'm committing a sin here. Sometimes I listen to other Arsenal podcasts as
Yeah,
well.
no, it's
But
fine. We all
yeah,
listen to
but
other Arsenal podcasts.
yeah, there's. I don't know if you heard of the Highbury squad.
Yeah, yeah,
Kevin,
I do
Yeah.
watch the Irish squad a
Kevin
few times.
Campbell's
Yeah,
on there, and one of the things Kevin Campbell says always the players, because obviously I've got to see it from his viewpoint is quite has a bit of authority because he was once a player, and he always says to
Mm.
once you cross that red white line,
White
it's
line,
down to the
the
players because you can
responsibility
give.
is on you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And let's face it, sometimes you can have the best tactical setup in the world, but if a player makes an individual mistake, what can you do? And stuff like that. Let's face it, there has been some silly mistakes. You have Partey. How many times have we lost the ball in midfield to be possessed?
do you
It's
remember against
ridiculous.
I think it was Crystal Palace, the two
Whoa,
Crystal
goals they
Palace
whoa.
conceded.
twice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, even
Well,
Um,
against Newcastle again, it happened
it's
again.
bad, right? I remember
I
Tavares
mean,
against Liverpool as well. The first goal
yeah,
Jota
but that's
scored, it
just
was
once
just
though.
literally
Tavares just did it once, but Sambi's doing it now,
Zambian
dwelling on the
figure.
ball in midfield and stuff like. Now, I'm not a fan of Xhaka myself, but if that was Xhaka doing that,
He'll
we'll
be
okay,
killed.
he'll
okay.
be roasted, wouldn't he? Yeah,
Can
because
I
it's
come in?
Partey now. We kind
Can
of
I come in
I think the
quickly?
fans. Yeah.
Can I come in quickly in that? Okay. Let me see the. Let me. I will always use all the top team as an example. If you look at the top teams here, it's
Mm,
not like they're their midfield doesn't give the ball away as well. Look at, for example, let me use Liverpool for what's his name? The Spanish guy that went to them. What's his name?
Keita?
No,
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 not
no.
Keita.
It's
Sorry.
a Spanish midfielder. He scored recently. What's his name?
Um,
Alcantara.
Spanish. Okay, okay, yeah, Thiago.
Alcantara. When it go and watch in the lip of Liverpool out of people playing in the Liverpool midfield, this guy actually give the ball away than most of Liverpool midfielder. However, he's got other midfielders around him to kind of say, okay, for example, Alcantara give the ball away, or what's his name, their captain in the midfield, he give the ball away. They've got what this Brazilian player, this
Fabinho.
engine guy, what's his name,
Fabinho.
Fabinho, behind them to kind of break that play down. But Arsenal, the way we set up, if Partey give the ball away, we're open. So we that's why I said this player is the way managers set them up. You give the ball away. So Partey is not a player that can. Okay, you give look at the way Sambi Lokonga play. You give Lokonga the ball, he can drive, right?
True.
Sometimes
He
he
created a
can
bunch
drive.
of
But
chances in against Newcastle.
Partey is not like that. Partey is a look at the way Partey played at the Atletico Madrid. He's seeing down there anything that is gonna
I
just break the
I
play.
also like to say that Partey is 57 years old. So please let's know what we expect from him. But I think another point that I would mention, and I think this is my opinion about like the way we lose the ball and how that puts us in trouble. I think that
Yeah,
because we play a lot of our football in our own half, right? Even the
yeah,
games that we dominate possession, it's just
Mhm.
our defenders recycling possession amongst each other. You go to the midfield, see any passes
yeah,
back, all of that, right? And so when you play most of your game in your half, you're most likely to lose the ball in your half. And if you lose the ball in your own
If
half,
on your half, they're
you're
on
in
you
bigger
straight up.
trouble
Yeah, that's right.
than if we were a team that tried to play in the opponent's half, like
mm,
Liverpool are, right?
Mhm.
Even
mm,
if you get the ball from them, you still have to travel quite a
Another
distance
half yard of the pitch, yeah.
before you can cause any
Mhm.
yeah,
trouble. And
Mhm.
that
yeah,
gives them
exactly.
time to recover.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah,
think that's something that affects us in like, when you lose the ball, right? Such that you've lost it so close to your own goal that the moment you lose it, you've already caused trouble for yourself. And I
Mhm.
think that might be something. But Akuma, I mean, I don't know, I know you were talking a bit about like, what your thoughts on were around like whether we should blame the players or not. So you want to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
finish
No,
that up?
like I said, when Kevin Campbell will say that once your player crosses the line, there's nothing much you can do and stuff like that. Sometimes, and this is where most people has a point. Does the manager? Is it the mentality of the players? Maybe Arteta knows that players are a bit scared to express themselves. It could be that as well, because sometimes it's very easy to say it's just the manager that's telling them not to attack. Maybe psychologically, the players go, once we've scored, we've just got
You
defenders because we
just
just
gotta
don't want to
chill.
lose. Yes, it's always hard. I'm not in the player's head. I don't necessarily believe that Ateta wants to just play defensive football and just get one goal and sit there and put 10 men behind the ball. But it could be a number of things. It could be
It's so
players
Yeah,
hard
not
but
to,
that's
interested.
not that's
Yeah,
yeah.
not Arsenal
players
way
too
though.
scared. Yeah,
Arsenal that you
players.
grew up watching, that's not their way though.
That's not
Yeah,
the
but
way,
Yeah, it's
yeah, it's a
not.
yeah,
different
that's
era,
yeah, it's
it's
a
a
different
different
player
era.
era in squad now.
Yeah,
It's
but
not like before.
is a different play. Is a different player era. But to
Mm.
be honest, that shouldn't be
Yeah,
Arsenal
like I
players.
said, I
Yeah.
don't. Like I said, we're all speculating.
But
We're not privy
exactly.
to to these things.
But I don't want us to even like I don't want us to touch on Ateta today, right? Because I
Yeah, I
think that
don't
we've
blame you.
we flogged
Don't blame
that
you.
issue for
Yes.
a long time, and everybody sort of knows
But you know me,
where most
I
fans
always
stand
touch him on any
on the
show though.
Ateta issue.
Mm,
But if we retain Ateta, right?
mm.
Because I know a lot of people are, oh, let's let go of the manager, let go of the manager, which is unlikely that we will do if you ask me, except we go on a really terrible run. Which I mean, as an Arsenal fan, you don't want your team to go on a terrible run. You want to
Mm.
win, right? Um, but if we still have Ateta come January, what changes do you think we need to make to the squad? What kind of players do you think we need to buy, and what do you think we need to
A,
let go?
stri-
Before you
a
answer that,
striker.
I want to take a few comments, right? Because I think there are a few comments in here. Gio says Mossy Boy's passion is the best. Mercy
Oh,
boy, you have a
don't get
fan.
funny.
Sterling says Ateta already has a solution to Ateta Arsenal's midfield problem amid Gini Wijnaldum. I know they said we've been linked to him in the
Mm.
January transfer window, but yeah,
Arsenal are always linked to everybody, so
Akuma,
it won't
you're gonna
surprise me.
tell us. So, what do you think we need in the January transfer window?
Definitely a striker.
A striker.
A striker that's not a striker similar to like a Zet or Aubameyang, but a striker that
A
can actually
different
head
type
the
of
ball.
striker.
Like a
Mm.
Kevin, what's his name? The Everton striker again. The tall Everton guy.
Oh, Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Calvert-Lewin,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, exactly. So, for example, let's face it. Let's say when asked to try to play from the back and play their football, that's not working, and we have to change that. You need a striker that can actually do the Giroud role, so to speak. I mean, as
And
much as we
Calvert-Lewin
diss
could
Giroud, we kind of miss him a bit, don't we?
Yeah, man. Now
Yeah.
imagine Giroud and Tierney.
Oh,
That might have been a deadly combination, because Tierney is like it's just there trying to like lump the ball into the
yeah.
box all the time.
And
If
Giroud
you
was
had
was
a clinical striker that could finish with his head, that would be
yeah,
a dangerous thing.
and the Giroud was a beast in the air, an absolute beast in the air. Obviously, he'll miss
Mm.
chances. That's what's frustrating about Giroud. But if you're
Does
chasing the
he
game,
actually play for AC Milan? I don't think it is
I
on the
mean, it's
bench.
declining now.
yeah,
It's
I'm
not
just talking about
But
a
prime.
he's
Giroud type
declining, and
striker.
someone that is older than him, is Ibrahimovic, is
Yeah,
playing.
but
Ibrahimovic is going to be
Ibrahimovic,
40
I don't think
soon.
Ibrahimovic is a normal player. I don't think
He's going to be
comparing
40 soon,
anybody
and
to
he's still
Ibrahimovic
playing.
is like it's almost like
yeah,
comparing people to Ronaldo and Messi. It's unfair on any
yeah,
human being
exactly,
because that's a different
exactly.
specimen entirely.
So definitely, we
Do you
definitely
know
need a
they call him
striker.
back into their national team, Ibrahimovic?
I'm not
He
surprised.
still play for them recently.
I'm not surprised at that. I'm not surprised at that. Okay, so Akuma thinks we need a striker. Mosi boy, what do you think we need?
Well, I've already said it before. What we need is not now. I'm going to add a striker too. Before I said we need. I want Arsenal to go back to Brighton to go and get Bissouma,
Yeah, Akuma like Bissouma, man.
Lamptey,
If we get Bissouma
and
in January, he's not playing until after AFCON.
after
Yes, sir.
listen, listen, it's fine.
Okay, speak.
Go
Yeah,
go and get Bissouma. Now you let Bissouma do all the dirty job. If you want Party to be going forward, let Bissouma
Okay.
sit, right?
how
Then
about
we
Samba,
want go
Sambi?
and
We'll be
get the
coming
right
from the bench.
Tariq Lamptey in case if Tomiyasu get injured, we're fucked.
If Tomiyasu get injured, we'll be forced to
Yeah,
bring
but
in either
yeah,
Chambers or
Mossy boy. This is
Cedric.
where you're
Oh.
thinking. You're looking at things from a glass. What's the word I'm trying to say? From a rose-tated perspective. You're not gonna get two world-class players in every position, especially where Arsenal
No.
are at the
Listen,
moment.
okay,
Because obviously, someone like thing will want to play
what
first team
about
football.
Tavares and Tierney? They are both good on their left back. Those
Yeah,
are
but
two quality
Tavares was their
players.
first team. Wasn't necessarily a first team established player.
Yeah, but Tariq Lamptey
You,
is not the first team in
I,
Brighton. It's
but he
not their
will want
first choice.
and he will want first team football. You
You will
see, and we
want.
don't have
Yeah,
Champions League.
but this at least
Exactly.
we want
So you
competition
can't.
at
So in the same
Arsenal.
way, you can't. And
This is Arsenal.
if we were in the Champions League, definitely you can say, oh, okay, we can have two world class players in every position. We're not in that position right now.
Yeah, but
We just need
wait,
to make sure.
just
It's
let
like
me
it's like
let
it's
me
like it's like it's like Arsenal saying let's buy two world class goalkeepers. There's no point.
okay,
What's gonna happen with? I was gonna
let me
ask.
finish
Okay,
what I
well,
want to say,
finish
right?
Mosi boy, and
Let
I'll
me
ask
finish.
about two players. Yeah.
Uh, Basuma, Tariq Lamptey. So we know that we covered that in January. They should let Chambers, what's his name?
Cedric.
Chambers and Cedric. They should let them go. Those two. Then we bring Lamptey to come and play, to come and do the second one for Tomiyasu. Then we need a proper number 10. I am saying this. We need a proper number 10. Then if they want to bring a I would say leave the striker till the summer, right? Go and bring a proper number 10 that can create, put it in a plate
I
for
wish we
either
got like.
Aubameyang.
I wish we were the ones that got Bruno Fernandez. I keep saying it.
Yeah,
I just
so
wish we had him.
Yeah,
go and
but then
bring.
again, you do that and you spend how much did you spend on how much did Man United spend on Bruno Fernandez?
How much did they
Was it
spend? How
60
much did it
million?
cost? About
Yeah, I
30,
don't know,
How
30
much
man.
and
something.
how old is he?
It's about, is it 26?
He's in mid-20s,
No,
I think.
no, I think he's 20, 28, 29.
Oh,
Let me check.
really?
Let me
You gotta
check.
look
Let
at
me check.
you gotta look at it long term. You see, this is a problem. You gotta look at things holistically, not just for the
Oh, it's
moment.
27
Especially
actually.
27. So
Yeah,
would
he's
you spend
27.
that much money? Would you spend
Listen,
much money on that?
wait.
Considering our
Before
project
he came
youth,
to Manchester
Mm.
United, it's not 27.
of course, he's 27 now, but he joined
No, but I
United
think
what, two
how long?
seasons
How
ago?
he's been at Man United for about, is it 3 seasons now?
Mm.
So if we have him, then, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I still believe we need a proper number 10 that.
I don't know. I don't know if we, I don't think we need another. I don't think so. I don't think it's that.
Emmitt Smith Rowe is still learning. He's a young boy. He's still learning. We need a proper number 10 that can actually teach. Emmitt Smith Rowe can learn from. Odegaard is still young. Odegaard can learn from that
Yeah,
person as
but I
well.
think I think
This is the
Odegaard will grow
reason.
in that role. I,
This is the reason why I'm not happy the way they let Ozil leave the club. They should have let someone learn from him before they let him
yeah,
go.
he's lazy. They've
Ozil
not
is in
tracked
the
him back,
past
eh?
now.
Yeah,
Ozil is in the past now.
Ozil is in the
Let's
past,
not bring
but
if we bring
now
up
we are
Ozil, it can
struggling
open
for
another can of
creativity.
worms.
Because
Yeah.
tell me, I want to answer one question. You two, since we stopped playing Ozil, tell me, when do we actually create a world class, like or someone just pick up
Yeah,
and
but the
just,
problem is Ozil.
when was the last time
We
we
both
do that?
know that Ozil never turned up for away games. Emirates, yes, he may he'll bring the show, but go to
Oh,
a tough away games,
But
Ozil goes missing.
let's not have an Ozil debate, right? Because Ozil is in the
Exactly.
past. But I
anyway.
think I get most people have shared his opinion on what he thinks we need, right? I want us to spend the next sort of 5 minutes talking about a few players that we need to make a decision on, right? So there's
Mm,
Yeah,
Pepe, there's Leno, there's
yeah,
Cedric, there's Chambers, there's Holding, there's Pablo Mari,
yeah,
right? Some of those players I don't even think they knew. There's also Maitland Niles. Some of them
yeah,
we've almost essentially forgotten about them,
yeah.
right? And you don't have to speak about all of them, right? But
Okay.
which ones do you think we need to keep or sell in January? Akuma.
I think we should sell Leno, get the money because he wants to play first team football. He's a first team keeper, and he's not gonna. I'm a goalkeeper myself, and if I've been number one for a number of years and relegated to number two, that's gonna hurt my pride. So I'm gonna definitely say I want to leave. So we've got to let Leno go because of his experience. I would even say Pablo Mari. And I think a team that will probably love him is West Ham because West Ham are struggling for centre backs now. So it wouldn't surprise me. I'm surprised that West Ham haven't gone for Rob Holding or Pablo
Or
Mari because I
Pablo
think they
Mari
would do excellent for West
for
Ham.
Western.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
Okay, great. So yeah, must be what about you? The
Okay.
players are Leno,
First
Pepe,
of all,
Mari, Cedric.
before
Okay.
before I say something, I'm gonna say this again. I would say, everybody keeps saying, every time I watch some postcard, or watch some YouTube show, people talk about, they say, oh, Ben White. Me personally, I don't know whether some people say, you see, Ben White, he hasn't brought that 50 million, has not justified. He hasn't,
Oh
he didn't bring,
man, you're
listen, he didn't bring
Man,
anything
come
to,
on, Mossy
how
boy.
could you be a center back? Listen, how could you be a centre back? Arsenal should come and pay me £5,000 a week. I will head everything in that. Tomiyasu, a right back, win every single header he goes for. Tell me how many headers, Ben White, they said, oh, he's good carrying the ball. He's this. Rob Holding can do the same thing, and he can head. Me personally, he hasn't done anything better than Rob Holding.
My only
I
criticism
disagree.
of Ben White, right? My only criticism is when we signed him, I
Mm.
remember the biggest trend or the thing that people hyped him up the most for was his
His long
ball
range pass,
playing
like,
ability,
yeah, ball playing ability.
right? And I remember it was at the time when we had David Luiz, and David Luiz, for all the good things he did for our attack, right?
Mhm.
He would give those long passes. It was bad defensively, and I think that's why he had to go. And Ben White was supposed to be the player who gave us defensive
That
stability plus the long range
plus,
passes.
yeah,
I
but
have not seen those long
seen
range
that. I
passes.
haven't seen
I've
that
seen
at
him
all
drive from the defense into like the midfield and try to
into like the
create.
midfield.
But I think that because of the way we play and the way teams press us, we need those long passes more than those driving runs. Because those driving runs, you get to
Yeah.
midfield, you are stuck. Nothing
Mhm.
happens. But if you could do the long passes like Luis used to,
Luis is used to do.
then people like Aubameyang can thrive on that. People like Saka, Smith
Mm.
Rowe can receive those kinds of balls and make something happen. And then you relieve your defense of the pressure
Mhm,
because you've just
Mm.
bypassed the press. Right.
mhm.
And I have not seen that from Ben White. And for me, that's my only criticism of
Yeah, I think to be fair, I think
Yeah,
Ben White
Birmingham, I don't
is
think you
is
watch Ben White. That's not the only criticism.
yeah,
He
but
can't
like I
head the
said, whether
ball.
we like it, yeah, like I said, whether we like it or not, Ben White has been part of a defense that's kept there. I think I feel we've got
They,
it. Kept
they
a
they
good
haven't
number of
lost in
clean
8
sheets.
games. He's part of the defense and you haven't lost in.
It
Come
was 10
on,
games.
come on, man, get
all
out.
I'm to say, I try to give a holistic view on things. So I'll
You know
give Ben White
You
some
know in
time.
Nigeria, yeah. If you know we got tribes, we got Yoruba. If Yoruba wants to say Yoruba, we say get out. Right? You see, Igbo people, yeah, they will just tell you get out. Like you
Get that,
understand? Why?
get,
Get out.
anyways,
get that,
guys.
yo.
Let's talk about the game that is happening. We're playing Southampton on Saturday at the
Mhm.
Emirates. Um, and obviously Southampton aren't doing very well themselves. They're in 16th place. We are in 7th, and we're at the Emirates.
Yeah.
Even though we're coming from the back of two defeats against United and Everton. But Akuma, what would be your predictions for the Southampton game?
I mean, you don't know what Arsenal would turn up. You see, it's one of them games whereby if we concede first, the
We're
crowd
done.
will get on the will go on against the players, and that could literally cause us not to get the positive result and stuff. I think confidence is low in the Arsenal team because they were not expecting to lose. I mean, it was a poor Man United team, but you can kind of say, okay, it was away against Old Trafford. We don't have the best record there. Fair enough. But Everton, how poor they've been. So I still think Arsenal will win, but it may be just be like a 1-0 again.
Okay, interesting. And before you go, after that we play West Ham. So we play Southampton on Saturday and West Ham
Ooh,
on Wednesday.
yeah.
Right. So what do you think about that West Ham game as well?
West Ham may struggle now because remember, their Zumba is out for the rest of the season, I believe.
Zuma, are you serious?
Yeah,
Oh,
check it. I
okay.
think so. If you check, he's done his hamstring or something like that, so
Wow.
he's out.
I
So
wish
West Ham are
him
actually
quick
struggling
recovery.
because yeah, but West Ham will be more vulnerable because what's been West Ham's biggest weapon this season?
Antonio.
No. In terms of how the pattern of play,
Yeah. Sepis.
set pieces
Sepis.
exactly.
Yeah.
So exactly. So and it's they're gonna probably that's probably gonna. So it wouldn't surprise me if West Ham results start going down from now on because they have to wait to January to obviously
Before they
replace the
can
centre
sign a
backs
defender.
because they've got no centre backs whatsoever. So
Yeah. Let
we
me
may
add to that.
so
Let me
that's
add to
after
that.
may be
Let me say
playing them at a
something
good
to
time.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Their manager don't talk too much, right? All he always say, I know what I'm doing, and he always know what he's doing.
I mean,
You
he's
might
on
be
a good run at the moment. So this is
you
like the
might
time of his
he
life,
has
David
beaten
Moyes.
Liverpool and he has beaten Chelsea,
Chelsea.
and
He's
these
having
are
the time of his life at the moment.
and these are the two
I
teams
don't think he has
Arsenal has
ever been
lost
this
to.
good.
You understand what I mean? But Arsenal has lost to Chelsea. They lost to Liverpool. West Ham beat both teams. You know, and the West Ham beat them 3-2, 3-2. So I don't see us beating West Ham. I will tell you that, even though if they're short in defense,
West Ham, they're currently losing at the moment. Oh, they're losing to Dinamo Zagreb in
get
the
out,
There
Europa
you
get
go.
out,
League.
Exactly. This is my point. This is my point. You see,
get
West Ham may
out.
start to struggle. They've got
This
no
is
centre
listen.
backs. They've literally got no centre backs now.
Listen, Akuma. Even though this is Europa League, West Ham is not going to go and win the Europa League. Forget it. If they go out, I won't be disappointed that West Ham go out of Europa League. They're not going to win it anyway. But this Premier League, their manager knows how to win games in the Premier League, right? So don't say okay because they're not doing well in Europe. When it now comes to Premier League, we Arsenal got
Funny thing is, West Ham, they've had some
we got
really good
chance to beat
results.
them.
They've had some really good results this season.
Yeah,
They've beaten,
we have chance to beat
they
them, but I don't
eliminated
see.
United from the Carabao Cup,
Yes.
also eliminated City from the same Carabao Cup as well.
Hmm.
This is besides beating Liverpool and Chelsea in the league. They've
Yeah,
had some pretty good
they
results
got
this season.
so and again the Southampton one. this is Arsenal that keep giving. Southampton now can come to Emirates and Arsenal can just say,
And
oh, oh, you are 16. Oh yeah, we want you to
we
move
want to
up the
help
table.
you.
Yeah,
So
we'll go and dash you
I
midfield. We'll
will
go and
still,
dash
I
and
you.
will still
it
say,
will be something
I will
ridiculous.
still
Yeah.
say Arsenal is going to probably, I will follow Akuma. They will probably win, escape through 1-0 because that
Mm,
Southampton team, they're going to,
mm,
they don't give up until they hear the final whistle.
For me, I'm
mm,
always Southampton strikes a lot of fear in me. I'm sorry
Hmm.
because we've suffered some 4-0 losses to Southampton on that
Of
Wenger
course.
that they still haunt me to this day. But I mean, I do hope that we can take advantage of those games. It's an interesting time, and I think December is really interesting for us. There's still a
Hmm.
lot of games that we'll talk about them in the coming weeks.
Yep.
Before we wrap up the show, let me take a few comments. Zeno, big ups to you, says if we lose to Southampton, Ateta needs to get sacked. I mean,
100%.
I'm sure if
100%.
we lose to Southampton, fans will go crazy online and in the
yeah,
stadiums
100%. It should just
yeah.
requesting
resign.
for a change if we lose to Southampton. um, a win at Southampton and West Ham will keep us in the race for top four, of course. And I this is what hurts me the most about losing to United and Everton is that
Hmm.
we could be sitting in the top four now if we
Yeah.
had not gone on to lose those games. But I mean, it happens. This is football. He also says if we can take at least 4 points from Southampton and West Ham, top six is looking like a struggle. If we can't take rather, yeah, because if we can't make top four, we at least have to make top six.
Hmm.
Um,
Mm,
and that would help. He put something here which I think is interesting because I've had this thought before. And in a few communities where I TV places I listen to as well, the people have said a lot of these things about Ateta deploying Pepe as a striker. I mean, Zeno says a false nine, but I've heard like Ateta should deploy Pepe as a
Yeah,
striker.
you could
And
try that and
what
see
I've
what happens.
heard essentially is, and what I do agree with, although I think that Pepe has probably done something to Ateta, right? He has
mm,
probably offended Ateta because Ateta is not using Pepe at the moment. Even
yeah.
when Pepe is the logical option, right? It brings on Nketiah, and I don't know what's going on with Ateta there. He will figure himself out. But Pepe, in my opinion,
Hmm.
is a lot of people speak about him like he has not done anything. But last season he scored 16 goals.
Hmm.
And I don't think it's
Mm,
easy to score 16 goals. There are a lot
yeah.
of I don't think Firmino got 16 goals last season, right? There
No.
are people in Chelsea that I don't think got 16 goals last season.
Hmm.
And you get the top players who didn't get 16 goals, but Pepe did. And that's in a system that we all complain doesn't create enough
He doesn't
chances.
create enough chances.
So I think that guy has goals in him. He's a frustrating player to watch because he will
Hmm.
give the ball away a lot.
A lot.
But guess what? I was checking the stats recently, and either the first or second player that's given the ball away the most in the league this season is Mohamed Salah. Funny
Hmm.
enough.
And he's the
And
top
it
goal
makes
scorer.
sense because he keeps the ball a lot, right? They always give the ball to him. So the more he has the ball, the higher the chances that he will lose the ball.
Hmm.
And I think
Mm,
with Pepe is similar as well. He keeps the ball a
mm,
lot, he loses the ball a lot. But for me, what I care the most, what Pepe can do for you, is in a moment, either score a goal or create a chance. He has that in him. And I think because I personally think he's a most clinical finisher. And I think he's a player you want to keep around the box a lot. So I understand the logic of trying him as a striker. Although I don't think Ateta is ever going to play Pepe again.
Yeah, but let me add to what you said there, Bemba. What I believe is, and I've said it before, any player in that Arsenal squad that question Atata authority, that okay, what or why am I not playing or what have I or that is what I believe. That no, it doesn't want a player to question his authority. You question his authority, you're out of the team. So look,
Maybe we don't know, but
we
I
don't know,
guess in that
but
Amazon documentary, maybe we will find the answers to why
mm,
Ateta just ostracizes some of his players sometimes,
mhm,
mm,
But we'll find
mm.
out. Bemiro Omokayode, big ups to you. He says Ateta should have been sacked after the 3-0 loss to Villa last season. To
correct.
be honest, I was Ateta out before he got the job.
Look, listen, baby guy. I just said this earlier. Yeah,
Oh my god.
I'm just loving it now. Everybody is coming to the same
Everybody
place.
is saying,
As Atata is not
maybe
good
Ateta
enough.
is not yet ready. Maybe,
Hmm.
maybe it will be good, but not yet. Right? Gwemiro also says Pepe is one of our top three gifted strikers, technically gifted strikers. Yeah, this argument of giving the ball away is nonsense. Top players like Salah, De Bruyne, and Neymar give the ball away. And yeah, and you know, you make a valid point. The stats, right? I can't remember if it was number one or number two, but Salah is one of the players that are giving the ball away the most this season. And what you say about Neymar is absolutely true. Neymar gives the ball away all the time, you know, and that's because they keep the ball, they try to dribble, and you know, nobody has 100% accuracy rate. You would always make
Hmm.
give the ball away. He also says we'll see the best of Pepe if we play a system, a better system, and we have an overlapping right back to do it. Anyways, thanks to everyone for watching the show. I
Yeah,
think we're
so
almost at the hour mark. We had not done this show in like 2 weeks, and we're glad to be back. And we'll be back again next weekend with another Lasgidi effect. Big ups to you, Mossy Boy. Big ups
Yes.
to you, Akuma. Big ups to everyone who is watching us. Please remember to like the video, subscribe, tell your friends about it, and Lasgidi effect will be back next
Next
week.
week.
See you guys.
Tick tock, time na money. Ori, me, check a shake yori. Lick it, come and take me away to the place of my desire. I don't wanna be there.